Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Premier Perspective. Today we are here with Pablo to talk about the Liverpool Everton game, and we're also going to throw in some stuff from today's Arsenal versus City game. To start off, we're going to talk about Arsenal and City. Despite the score only being 1-0, it was a pretty convincing win for City. They didn't dominate as much as I felt like they usually do, but they still had a good game. Fernandinho played great. I felt like he did a good job of holding the tempo and controlling the field of play in for Rodri today. Definitely feel like City felt not having a striker today. They didn't really, they weren't as clinical as they've been in during this winning streak. But overall, I would say it's still a pretty good game for City.
Yeah, and De Bruyne back today, very exciting to see. He didn't do as much as I would have liked him to do, but honestly, the position he was playing, he wasn't like the star of the show. Gundogan, I feel like him and De Bruyne together, they can't like really. I mean, they can play off each other, but they can't shine as much as them individually can. So hopefully, they can find a balance together because I'd love to see them being able to play at the same level that they can individually, but together in the same team. So I really hope they're able to find that in the coming set of games. But it was good from them today. Like you said, City didn't dominate as much as I really expected them to. They just definitely deserved the win. Could have been a lot more clinical. Especially, I mean, I've said it once, I'll say it again. If their fullbacks can get in, if Zinchenko and João Cancelo, who gets in front of goal 2-3 times a game and doesn't put anything away ever, if he can start putting them away, City score 2-3 times a game, not just him, but fullbacks in general. And overall, it was an all right performance. Obviously deserved it. Arsenal haven't been the greatest lately, but at some point City were going to fall off a little bit. We didn't completely fall off, of course, but definitely could have been better. Hopefully by the time I think we play in the UCL this week.
Yeah, we play
So
Wednesday.
yeah, so definitely have to pick it up by then, but it was a decent enough performance. You can't really be upset with a type of performance like that. And City now with 18 straight wins, just extending that the lead of the record in most consecutive wins from an English top flight team.
Yeah, that's 18 wins, which is pretty good for City. Now talk
That's
about
the
someone
Guardiola
who's
effect right there.
yeah, for sure. Pep Guardiola's been in full effect. Someone who's on the opposite side of the form is Liverpool, who we're going to be talking about now. Liverpool Everton yesterday, really good game. Everton with a great 2-0 win. Their first derby victory at Anfield since 1999. Another fact that I saw that pretty much sums up how Liverpool's been. They've now lost 4 straight games at home for the first time since 1923.
That's insane.
So nearly a
It really
hundred,
That's
is.
crazy,
nearly a
bro.
hundred years since they've lost that many games at home in a row. Um, Everton, great performance. Pablo, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
Well, yesterday was a very tough game for us. It was derby, how you say it. Um, in my, I expected a draw because I knew Everton weren't like really playing that well of how they've been doing lately. And same thing with Liverpool. Liverpool, all those injuries are obviously affecting them and their win because they're a great team. At the end of the day, they have some really great players, but they don't have like their star 11, Virgil van Dijk, Gomez. Um, Henderson just got injured, which is gonna affect me even more. But overall, Everton did a great job. James, great assist. We can't lie about that.
Yeah.
Richarlison has been really good lately, I'll be honest, and I'm happy for that because this season he's been kind of slow a start, but it's good to get it back. Carver Lewin back again, our top scorer, and I'm so happy that our midfield is getting back together now with all those injuries like off. And yeah,
And I think
Yeah.
it was a great performance from Everton. I thought James had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pass for Richarlison. Good to see Richarlison back on the score sheet. 2 straight games against 2 big opponents. He scored against City last week. But yeah, it was a good game for Liverpool. I mean, for Everton. Liverpool, obviously, they've been lacking in form. They did have a good Champions League game, but in the Premier League, they've been struggling. They're down to fifth place, sixth
Oh,
place,
they're sixth right now.
fifth,
sixth.
sixth, and then we're in seventh. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
40th
Liverpool
at the
are.
moment.
Everton has a game in hand on them, so
Yeah, so
Yeah,
potentially seventh.
Everton
I
could
think it's
go.
bizarre how like some Liverpool fans are saying that they want Klopp out. I don't think that's the right thing right now because he's such a great, like we all know he's a really great manager, but you know sometimes like
Mhm.
don't go your way, but they still have a chance for the UCL. Like let's just
Yeah,
say.
for sure.
Right, you
I
So I
just
don't
mean,
gotta
think that's fair for them.
yeah, for sure. I mean, if you think about it right now, they're up 2-0 against Leipzig with an away win. I feel like they're probably going to go through to the quarterfinals. And
Hmm.
with the way that Liverpool have been in the Champions League last couple years, they went to the finals 2 out of the last 3 years. They won
Yeah,
one
I
time.
think so. Yeah,
So Liverpool's a good squad in Europe, and they still definitely have an opportunity there. Obviously now, hopefully for them, the injury to Henderson is a long term, because Henderson is such a
just
huge part
killing
of
them.
their squad. Yeah,
They're just
the injuries are just killing them.
that
Uh,
midfield is falling apart to
yeah,
be
the
honest.
midfield's falling apart, and especially we see. I feel bad for Thiago because I feel like he's getting
Yeah,
a lot of unnecessary hate towards his performance. The way Thiago plays, he needs two other mids behind him so that he can go up the field, have creative freedom. And with the injuries that Liverpool have right now, Thiago really doesn't have that opportunity. So there hasn't been much of a chance to see him shine the way that we have in
yeah, he's such a
like when he
class
was in
player.
Bayern. But Everton, talking about Everton, they've been great. I thought that the performance against Liverpool was solid. They did the most that they can. Winning against Liverpool has been difficult for them in the past, but now, like we said, they're seventh place with a game in hand. Going up to sixth place would be great for them, and I feel like they definitely have a squad. Calvert-Lewin now came back from injury. Allen's gonna be coming back from injury. They have a great coach in Ancelotti.
Yeah,
I think Everton definitely does have a chance of going to maybe fighting for that fourth place spot. Right now it's pretty open with West Ham and Chelsea. But yeah, a lot of games left, but I think Everton are definitely heading in the right direction.
Everton. What I feel like Everton just needs to do is like need to like how I said. They sometimes when they like get counterattacks, their defense just breaks apart way too much, and that's how they always score on us. And how I said it in the first video. Um, I like when Mina and what's the other guy? Mina and Holgate played in the center mid
Hmm.
together because Holgate is more of a center, not like right back or left back.
Hmm.
I think that they're two very solid ones.
Yeah, no,
I also
Everton.
really enjoy watching. I also really enjoy watching Michael Keane. He played
Yeah,
really
Michael
well the other
Keane.
day.
He was man
He
of the match. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For me too.
him
He's the
and
reason they
Digne.
stay in that game. Yeah.
Him and Digne played really good.
yeah,
Lucas Digne, somewhat of a out of position for him. He played on the left mid spot yesterday,
yeah.
and he did really well. I thought that he made the most of that. He's a great player. Obviously, used to play for Barcelona. Um, and I think that he's been really good, and I expect a lot from this Everton team going forward for sure.
I think the other person that's been coming up and getting to their potential is Tom Davies. He's a very good player.
Mm.
Like those passes are very sharp, and he always gets back. I like his style of play. His vision is very wide.
Yeah, he's a good holding mid. I think when you have players like James and Andre Gomez, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin going forward, you need solid center mids that are able to stay behind that front four and provide both offense and defense. And I think Tom Davis definitely does a good job in doing that for sure.
And overall, especially up top, they would be having like a little bit of trouble up top, especially with Calvert-Lewin falling in and out of form, Richarlison having a really shaky start, and both of them together. I mean, they can play in the same team or come on as a sub, one start, one come on later in the game, and just really make an impact on the game. And that's really what happened the other day, especially with Calvert-Lewin not starting, which is huge against Liverpool. He's a really talented player, extremely clinical, and I would just love to watch him play. And Everton are really going to be one to watch going forward because now they sit seventh in the table, but they're only 5 points off the top four with a game in hand on most of the teams. They've played 24, most have played 25. They're even on points with Liverpool on 40 points. In my opinion, right now, like you said, Javi, that fourth place spot for the UCL soccer is like really, it's like in contention right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody deserves that fourth place spot for me right now, it's Everton because you could say West Ham's been playing really well,
Mm-hmm.
consistent. do they have the consistency to continue for the rest of the season? Maybe, maybe not. Most likely not. Chelsea, they're up there, but also drawing and losing games that they shouldn't, even though Tuchel's put out a better side than Frank Lampard has.
For sure.
And Everton have just been, even though they fell a little bit of an inconsistent patch, they're always working. You can never say that Everton has a lazy game. The goals they let up are either defensive mistakes or just things that are easily fixable. So definitely going forward, they're going to score more goals in the future. Once Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison and even James can get back into it more, we know they're all extremely talented players. So they, right now, for me, deserve that top 4 spot. And hopefully, I'd love to see them get it and continue to kick up and win the games.
Yeah, definitely have that opportunity, especially with the, like we said, the squad they have and the manager they have. So yeah, a lot of hope for Everton in the near future.
Yeah, I agree. We have potential to be in that 4th place spot if we like start playing how we started playing in the beginning of the year when we like had those 7 straight wins. We were great, and this year has been a very hard year because the Premier League is like on and off. Like you see a bunch of teams going down or going up. So either way, like Man City have how many points ahead, 2nd place?
Right now we're 10 points ahead of Leicester.
Well, that's pretty big advantage, but still, like those bottom, like
if you think about it,
it's still a lot.
Yeah, if you think about it, pretty much anything is open. Gaps are widening and closing. Obviously, at one point, City was at the bottom half of the table to start the season. At one point, I remember them being in 12th place. Now they're up 10 points ahead of 2nd. I remember there was a really big relegation gap, and if Newcastle don't grab any points today against United, Fulham's only 3 points behind them for 17th to get out of the relegation zone. So obviously, a lot of things are going to keep changing in the Premier League. There's a lot of games left. We'll definitely be keeping Everton in our vision to see what they do. Definitely having Pablo back to say some more words about Everton in the future. But that we want to say thank you to anyone who's come on and watched us for any time in the last couple months that we've been producing content. And yeah, we'll be back soon. And thank you.
The FA Cup game. I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do a video on that with you for sure.
Yeah.
Everton City for the FA Cup game next month.
Imagine if it's like another Tottenham game. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, definitely will be a good game for sure.
Yeah,
but
looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to it, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right.